Welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Stocks. In today's video, we are going to talk about top 5 dividend yields, not dividend yields, dividend stocks that you guys should buy and hold, especially in the kind of market that we've been having lately. But before we get started, how about we get some coffee? All right, so I just want to get one thing straight, and that I'm not a financial advisor, so please do not take my words as advice. Don't forget to drop that lovely like button, as well as press that amazing subscribe button, because honestly it does go a long way in supporting the channel, and I will be doing more and more videos. Drop a comment below if you want me to talk about a certain thing, and I will. All right. Oh, and I do want to say that I am starting the $60 giveaway, so don't forget to comment below, like the video, and be a subscriber, and you will be able to enter for a $60 e-gift card that I will be pulling out on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and get started with our first stock, dividend stock. The first one that I like is our lovely Pepsi. So in a general summary, right now Pepsi is going for around $139.56. I know this will kind of seem like it's a lot of money, but don't forget that there is some brokerages out there that let you do slices of certain stocks, you know, like partial or fractions of stocks. Take advantage of that kind of stuff, right? So if you're able to grab a fraction of a stock, you're gonna get a fraction of the dividend. That's how it works, and that's actually pretty good. So you're still able to get some kind of money on that. So as of right now, don't forget that they did drop all the way to 103 when the whole coronavirus thing happened, which was pretty scary. So far they've come back up. They're only, they're not down that much. They're currently going for $139.56, and the highest that it was before was $145. So they're pretty much up there. They do have a market cap of $192.87 billion. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this and not that lady's face. So it's $192.87. Jeez. There we go. So it does look pretty good. They do have a dividend yield of 2.93. Now it's not the highest nor is it the lowest, but it is pretty good. Obviously you don't want a dividend stock that gives you the highest percentage, because that could mean that there's something wrong with the company and they just want to sucker you in to buy more of their stocks right there. So but it doesn't mean that the highest the dividend yield is, the better the stock is, because that's not how it works. Now if we look at the dividends, obviously they do have a 2.93 dividend yield. Annual payout is $4.09. They do pay $1.02 as of right now per stock, right? So they do pay quarterly, so that means you get $4 in one whole year. They do have an 8.41% 5-year growth rate, and they've been giving out dividends for 48 years. Take that into consideration. When a company has been given dividends for 48 years or for this long without stopping or cutting or doing any of that, it is a dividend stock to hold and to maintain throughout your entire life. Because imagine 48 years, right? If you times 48 years times the 4.09, that's $196 that you would just get from this company, right? Obviously that's just from one stock. So if you multiply it and so on, and you reinvest that dividend, it just increases exponentially. Now there's a few products, if you don't know about Pepsi, that they have. Pepsi drinks, Lay's, Mountain Dew, Doritos, Gatorade, Tropicana, Quaker Oats, and stuff like that. They even partner with Starbucks more than 20 years ago to start or to to launch bottled Frappuccino, which is pretty popular. Not even gonna lie, my mom likes that stuff, so that is super important to see. They don't just do sodas, they do all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty awesome to see that they are, they have all kinds of things that they come up with. They partner up with different people, and they bring out more products onto the market. Now the next one I do have is Verizon Communications, currently going for $57.96. They are pretty much above or around the same area that they were pre-coronavirus, $57.96, and I think the highest that they were last year at $62. So they're $5 under, which is pretty good. They're up back to where they were before, and you could tell you have a good company when they're back to pre-coronavirus numbers, which is pretty damn good. If we go to the to the dividends area, they do have a 4.33% yield, which is a little bit higher than the one Pepsi has. So that is pretty cool to see. Or hold on, give me a second. It is pretty cool to see. Sorry about that. They do give you an annual payout of $2.51. Yes, that is a little bit shorter than the PepsiCo one is, because PepsiCo obviously gives you $4, but obviously it's cheaper than Pepsi, right? So if you get two stocks of Verizon, it's gonna be $115, let's say, which is less than PepsiCo. So it is what it is. They've been given the dividends for 13 years, which is still pretty good. They do give you a quarterly dividend, which is the same thing as Pepsi, which is not bad. Every quarter you will get this dividend, so you could rack up on all these stocks and earn your dividends later on. So I think this is a pretty good thing, pretty good dividend stock. Where's the market cap? Market cap of $239.84 billion. So that is pretty huge. A lot of people do talk about it. They did have a 4% revenue decline as of 2020, but it is normal because of the coronavirus. Everything's been hit, but they have been coming back up pretty exponentially. In their earnings report that they come out, the consolidated three-quarter 2020 financial summary, and the total revenue Q3 they are at $31.5 billion, which is lower than last year third quarter, but overall in a whole year-to-year growth they've been up 4.1%, which is pretty good. They also do have a lot of cash in hand, so that is pretty good. On my side, I have some of Verizon that I like to keep and I hold because it's literally free money that they give me. So the next one, the third one on the line, it is with the ticker symbol KMB, which is KimberlyClark Corporation. And maybe a lot of you don't know who KimberlyClark Corporation is, especially since they're going for $136.88. You do know with that that it's a great company. They have surpassed the pre-coronavirus numbers. They did have a little drop right here since last week. Last week was pretty crazy with the stimulus bill and the elections and all that stuff. They do have a dividend yield of 3.13, which is still pretty good. A PE ratio of 1794, and they do have a market cap of $46.56 billion. If we look at their dividends, they have obviously 3.13 dividend yield. They give you an annual payout of $4.28. They've also been given dividends for 48 years, so that's the same thing as Pepsi. If you don't have Pepsi, or if you do have Pepsi and think, oh, Pepsi is really great, KMB, KimberlyClark Corporation, is also pretty darn good. It's pretty much the Pepsi of products. And if you don't know what the products look like, this is what the products look like. They got Kleenex, they got Cornell, they got Dependent, they got Poise, they got Viva, they got Huggies. They got Kimberly-Clark Professional down here for, gloves, sanitation stuff. So toilet paper, they're all over the place. It's mostly paper products, so they do deal with all that stuff. Not bad. So I think Kimberly-Clark Corporation is a good dividend for you to hold and keep. Now, fourth one on the list, I do like Realty Income Corporation. I know most of you already have Realty Income Corporation, and they deal with, obviously, realty. So it is something to really see. Now, they haven't made it pre-coronavirus numbers yet. Currently going for $60.75. Pre-corona numbers are $81.91. Now, you don't just, this is a perfect opportunity for you to see that you don't just get dividend growth and dividend payouts, but you also have a perfect opportunity right here to have an immense growth stock as well. So that's something for you to see and look at, and definitely have in your portfolio. They do have, obviously, a 4.62% dividend yield. They do give you an annual payout of $2.81. They have been given dividend or increased their dividends and paid their dividends for 23 years, which isn't as great as 48 years, but 23 years is a pretty long time. They do give you an amount of 23 cents per stock, so you could rack up on Realty Income and really get a lot of money during if you keep a lot of these stocks in your portfolio. Now, the good thing to see is that they give you a monthly dividend. So as you can see, Pepsi, Verizon, and Kimberly give you a quarterly dividend. Realty Income gives you a monthly income, so you're gonna get 23 cents if you only own one stock per month. So you could reinvest that and then just keep getting more and more money faster. So that's definitely something that you should look into. There is one thing, top 20 tenants that Realty Income has: Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Dollar General, FedEx, LA Fitness, Lifetime Fitness, Circle K's, CVS Pharmacies, Super America, Kroger, TBC Corp, Home Depot. So they really do have 3,198 leases in Realty Income. So these are huge names that you can see here. So as you could tell, it is something very important for them, and it's something very important for us because we could see that they do, they give you good dividends and it has a decent dividend yield. Now, going to the fifth one, I do want to say Apple, and I was a little hesitant to put this in here, but I've had Apple in my portfolio for a while, and I like the increase. So it's not just a dividend yield, but it's also a growth stock. And so they do have a market cap of $1.97 trillion. Remember, they did reach that $2 trillion mark maybe a couple months ago. They do have a dividend yield of 0.71, which is pretty low, but don't forget they also had the 4-to-1 split of their stocks, so that also split their dividend yields into fours. Now, if we look into their dividends, they do give you an annual payout of 82 cents. They only been doing it for 9 years, so it's not too bad. They give you 20 cents per stock, and they do it quarterly. So this one isn't the best, but we do know that Apple is really strong, and Apple is really not going anywhere at all. So this one's a little iffy, but I did still want to include it in the top 5. They did release their iPhone 12 and 12 Pro on Friday, which is a little later than usual, but we will see their earnings report coming out next week or this week. I mean, next week or in the future, but I think they are gonna suffer a little bit, but not too much. Apple increases all the time. It's a huge growth stock. If you don't have Apple just to have Apple in your tech sector, then have Apple in your dividends, your dividend portfolio, because it is super important. And I do want to say, you know, obviously this is the end of the video, but I do want to say dividends is a huge deal. You get free money from the company, you reinvest that money into the stocks, and then you just keep the ball rolling. It's like a snowball effect. You know, in the beginning it's not going to be much, but then later on and on and on and on and on, it's just going to increase like crazy, and you can literally live off of dividends if you play it right. Anyways, that was the end of the video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Don't forget to drop that beautiful like button, as well as press that subscribe button, because I do give away you know, free money pretty much when we reach another 100 subscribers each time. But it does go a long way in supporting the channel. And don't forget to drop a comment, because if you do write a comment on whatever you want, tell me what kind of dividends you guys have, and that will get you you know, into the raffle of the $60 e-gift card. All right, so I will see you guys next time on Coffee and Stocks.